right, guys, I'm back, and no orders yet, so we're sitting at $140 for today. So here it is. Like I said, we're about 34 minutes away from 9 o'clock. This is exactly what I said. Well, I had to gut check time. So we'll see what happens. Martinsburg is. Sorry, guys. I should have probably waited another mile or two down the road. We wouldn't have this issue. But I know right now I have nobody in there. Obviously, I don't even think I'm probably in the shorts screen yet, where people can flip to find me. But eventually, I'll see you guys come in. All right, I'm back. I think. I don't know. It'll record something. Put my headphones in. That way, you guys can hopefully hear me better. I don't even know if they're working properly either. All right. I don't know if we're holding. We're coming over this little hill, and we should be back in decent cell phone land. I apologize for all of the cell phone connectivity issues, but we're heading back. I made the decision to leave Shepherdstown and back down here to try to catch the remains of dinner. We've got several fast food restaurants right now that are showing busy. As I mentioned earlier, this is gut check time. We will see what happens in the next 32 minutes and whether or not maybe we get another large order program and we're sitting north of 150 and it's worth it to try to keep clawing out here. And then again, maybe it won't be. We're going to see. If we're still sitting at 140 at 9 o'clock or 145 at 9 o'clock because I get a $5 little bitty order, then we will evaluate whether or not we stay out or call it at night. As I mentioned earlier on the first stream, there's a lot of reasons I have to why I don't want to just stay out the next 3 hours trying to push to 200. We can just call it 140, 150 for the day. We've driven 99 miles, by the way, so our miles to money is much healthier right now than it's been working earned by time. That could change, though, as obviously we're not going to be at 99 because I'm driving about 8 miles back here to get back into this market. So, but we got $33, so we have plenty of money to get back here to finance the ride back. But it would have been nice to have had an order right away and have been able to get to work. But it's 8:30. Here we go. All right. So now, again, the garbage comes. All right. So we're going to go do this. It's 8:25 for 4 miles, but here's the kicker. Here's the kick in the nuts, so to speak. It's for 2 restaurants, Wendy's and Popeyes. Now they're right close to each other. They're right over here. We're gonna go get checked in, and the nice part is potentially if we had to separate them and just move on to one or the other, if one has a long wait or the other has a long wait, we can do that, and it will let us off. We only have 5-minute waits now instead of 10-minute waits before we access our complimentary cancels. But obviously, I'd prefer to just pick these up, they be ready, and get them delivered. Hey, Simon Sanders, thanks for the super chat, man. I appreciate you. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. I'm glad you could come in and catch a live. But we that would be the ideal situation, is to be able to pick these orders up and just get them delivered, and then hopefully get another order in before 9. All right. There we go. I'm glad you could come in, man. I hope things are going well. I know the boys told me you were dashing. What's up, King Chevy? What am I doing? I'm getting ready to pick up a Wendy's order. I'm out here getting crazy. And it looks like we've got 7 items to pick up. We do have one drink that's I believe actually 2 drinks. Well, it says there's a 4-piece crispy McNugget combo or crispy chicken nugget combo. 7 items on this. It's actually a pretty big order. This is I'm curious as to which one is the no tip order on this, because there's one that's riding free, or maybe both are riding on small tips. We'll find out. All right, so let's run in here. I'm going to run in here, guys. I will be back. I'm going to run in, grab this order, or hopefully grab the order, and go from there. All right, guys. So that was a effing disaster in there. Their Fanta is out. It was exactly what I expected Wendy's to be. It's exactly what my experience has been. In fact, the last time we went here, I took my dad here. He loves to get biggie bags, or he loved to get a biggie bag, and we got a biggie bag for him, and they didn't bring us, they didn't give him his chicken nuggets, or yeah, they didn't give him his chicken nuggets. It was the last time, it was shortly before he passed away, that we went here to this dysfunctional Wendy's. Apparently they don't have a manager. It was just chaos. It was chaotic. It was disastrous. All for $8.25. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Anyways, so now we come to Popeyes. 8:45. Chances are we'll be sitting in the drive-thru. A lot of times this Popeyes will close their doors at about 8:30, but we'll see. Hopefully I can still just run inside and get this, because I did check in since it was close by to let them know to get the order started and ready to go. So we will see how this goes, and then we will get on our way. Oh my. All right, see you guys in a minute. All right, guys. So that one was ready, thank God, but nobody was there. So I ended up grabbing it because it was sitting kind of back. I mean, it was within grab. Of course, as soon as I'm checking it to make sure that I don't have it, I'm not missing anything, what happens? Lady comes out. Hey, what are you doing? I said, well, checking this order to make sure there's not a drink that I'm missing and trying to get on my way. And she was like, okay, fine, take it, you know. But I'm like, man, I'm telling you what. It's not without challenges. Now we have a 7-minute ride to the customer, 2 miles, so 2.4 miles. And then this will put us just under 150, probably knocking at the door of 9 o'clock. I think this is exactly the scenario that I'm going to probably, the question is, do I power off getting new orders in and just end it at 148, or do I give us one more shot and see what the next order is? And risk, of course, it deciding to send me out to Inwood, which has happened before. I believe it was last Tuesday night, actually, when that happened to me. And it decided to send me out to Inwood, and I was like, Jesus, that's what happened. Anyways. And then it left me in Winchester. So, I mean, the DoorDash can be brutal sometimes, especially when you're allowing it to decide for you what to do. But this is part of the seeing what it's like, seeing what it's going to do for us. Like I said, we're trying it one more time. I gotta log in. I forgot to knock the counter down 2 more. So we need 84 more orders right now. 84 more orders till we hit 100%. Probably, I don't know, I'd say at least 64 more before we start moving the AR back up, because that's not the distance. Yesterday was within probably 20 or so orders ago that all this ridiculousness started, where we were knocking at the door of 100 finally, and boom. So we're giving it another shot, as my son was said earlier today. It's another opportunity to make money. Don't give up. Let's keep going. So we are. Anyways, but the question will be is, when I start tomorrow, do I go back to earn by time, or do I stay on earn by offer? I'm not impressed with the overall earnings today. I am impressed with my miles to money today. It seems to be a lot more manageable. And really, what are we in it for? Money? Is it more important for a better miles to money, and maybe you earn a little bit less in your day? Although today I didn't work as long, and it seems that my delivery order time has gone up, not down, although this order's not going to help with that. So we'll see. I don't know. We'll take a look at it once we make a decision here, and I can do some comparative analysis later on, just to kind of look at the differences between 2 days. Although I don't quite have the apples to apples comparison I would have liked, because I'm going to kind of quit a little earlier today. I'm not going to stay out as late for the various reasons I laid out in the first live I did. And yeah, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. This is it can get pretty brutal out here. So I see some questions out there. What are we doing? Some people speculating I'm drug running. Yeah, drug running. Sure. I guess whatever drugs Wendy's put in those orders is what I'm running. I guess you could say that Wendy's food or Popeye's food probably is at the level of a drug, in a sense. Fast food's a drug to a degree. Some think it is, because of the high sugary content that it provides, and the addictive nature that fast food is to people. A lot of people are addicted to fast food, so I guess in a sense, boom. But I think I'm going to let it run me one more time and see where I'm at, and see if it because if it gives me another large order program, and in 25 minutes I'm sitting at 185, that might be worth it. That might be worth it to stay out. This is what you gotta watch, because this is where DoorDash plays its games. It keeps you going, it keeps you hanging on, it keeps you thinking, well, let me try just one more. But normally I have other apps on. I do have some other apps on, but normally I would be focused on, Spark, and you can get your money a lot easier than what I'm doing right now. But I was happy to finally see that catering bag required come back to me tonight. A couple of those orders, and we're all right. So I'd like to see more of that. It's what I expect to see when you're at 95% acceptance rate. I mean, I certainly don't expect to be seeing $8.25 Wendy's runs. You know, this should have been something being done on the Earn by Time platform, especially with the weights. And I'm definitely eating it. If I was on Earn by Time, I wouldn't have cared what was going on in there. I'd have been like, whatever. I'd have sat back and been like, all right, cool. I'm gonna just chill and sit back. And given that I'm probably looking at, well, here's the thing. This is a stack, so I'm only getting probably $2 base pay. So each one of these is probably a $3 tip. But if you figure the time I've spent on this order, which is probably 20 minutes, close, probably will be converging on a half hour by the time I get done with this. Then I'm making $6 on that, plus I'm paying about $12 or $13 on this order, which feels a lot better than $8.25. All right, anyways, guys, let's get this delivered. All right, so first one here is the Popeyes order. All right. All right, guys, so now we have a 5-minute drive to the next customer's house, going about 1.3 miles. So, and of course, Jesus Christ, man, what the hell, Samsung? I expect more out of you with your accelerometer. This damn thing is spinning all around. I missed the turn, but it's okay. We're going to come down here and turn. But one of the greatest features that DoorDash has added to its app, and I hope other apps follow suit, is they provide you the picture of the last order that was dropped off, and in this case, it helps you to verify you're at the right house, and that is really, really helpful. And that just helped me out. I was wanting to make sure it was there. I pulled up the last picture as I'm walking up, verified the door, because there wasn't a number available. So the fact that DoorDash did that for me and sent me the last confirmed order that was dropped off, and I was able to match the front door, that was extremely helpful, and helped me to find that drop off. In addition, I was dropping off an order today at a business, and they had a picture there, and it was on the counter, and it helped me to make sure I knew exactly where the last dasher dropped off, and I could see it in that one. So that was nice. So that's a very nice feature that DoorDash put in there. It's a smart one, in my opinion. That I think made a lot of sense. And there's some things that DoorDash does over that has added features that have added that to me haven't made a tremendous amount of sense. But that is one that I really think is helpful. It actually does help. It helps us get things done quicker, faster, and all that stuff. So let's see here. We're 0.7 miles away. And once we get this drop off done, I'll turn it back to the road since it is starting to get dark. And like I said, we'll run it one time and see what happens. And if it's another shitty order, we'll do it. I'll turn off the app. I'll turn off future orders. It'll put me over 150 for the day, and I'll just go home after that. It is what it is. And, you know, we've made some progress back again on moving closer to our 100%. I'd like to get in 20 orders today. That would be great. If I could do 20 orders a day, then that would potentially put me there in 4 days. I'd be at 100%, and we could get the first step out of the way finally, and then we can move on to phase 2 of this plan and see how it all works out. And phase 2, if you recall, I talked about this a few lives back. First step is getting to 100, and phase 2 is maintaining 100 while multi-apping with other apps. And that is when we will stop giving DoorDash priority, and we will simply look to place them against each other. Now, we'll give DoorDash a priority in the sense that I will try to do things to try to ensure that I don't, you know, accept an order and then have a DoorDash order come in and create a conflict of apps, which might create me having to either cancel on one or cancel on the other, or run me in 2 different directions. But we're going to see how it plays out. If I end up sacrificing a point at any point after I've hit 100, we will then begin, call it phase 3, call it phase 2A, 2B, whatever. We will then move into then utilizing turndowns to try to find good orders at 90%, 80%. We'll travel all the way down to 75% before we're trigger earn by time again. And maybe I might even consider going back on earn by time even before that, but once we hit 75%, it's earn by time until we get back up to about 90%. All right, here we are. Here.
Handed to recipient.
Going. All right, guys, so the payout on this, $825, $225 base pay, $1 tip on the Wendy's order, and $5 tip on the Popeyes order. So I would have thought the Popeyes order would have been the one we were getting a $1 tip on, simply because of the size of it on my screen. But then when I saw the order and I saw that it was actually $26 was the ticket, it makes sense that they would that would get $5. So kudos to the Wendy's customer, or the Popeyes customer. It was the Wendy's customer, but I'm glad Wendy's customer at least tipped me $1. I mean, I would have preferred more, but it is what it is. But definitely would have made that belonged on the Earn by Time platform. because that definitely would have been much more advantageous to have taken that on earn by time. I'm taking advantage of this stop sign right here to fill in my stuff. And DoorDash throwing that extra 25% or 25 cents on there. So we ended up with a $14 order value. Absolutely shit. I figured it was going to be. Shame on you, DoorDash, for messing my shit up here, man. So now, of course, what DoorDash should do for me is send me a really nice order. What will they do? Probably continue the shit show, because they gave me $31, or what was it, $33 earlier. So they're going to try to claw some of that back, even though they made me drive a total of, I don't know, what was it, almost 20 miles, because I drove up there and back. But now we're sitting at 77.57. We're going to head back down towards the center of the market and see if we can attract something, and I'll give it a few minutes. If something doesn't come in a couple of minutes, it says 2 to 7 minutes. Panda Express Chinatown restaurant is actually flagging as hot right now, but I gotta figure out what I'm really wanting to do, or how long I'm willing to stay out here, because I mean, if it's going to slow down, it's going to get dangerous to be out here, in the sense that I will get some really crap stacks like I was getting last night, and I had to sort through a couple of them. What I really like to do right now is get an order heading up my neck of the woods, you know, like I did earlier today that brought me down here. Got that 1825 9-mile order. It'd be great to get an $18 9-mile order heading back up towards my house. That would be fantastic. Maybe Papa John's, maybe Chipotle, you know, something that somebody orders and says, okay, boom. And I'm hungry myself, because when we were out, we ended up getting takeout Chipotle, even though my middle son Scott convinced me to get Chipotle to take out. I will not eat in-house due to my battle over vinaigrette dressing with the local Chipotle here and their policies. It's ridiculous. Anywho, I had a freebie. I got a burrito. He got a burrito. And then next thing you know, my 4-year-old who had gotten McDonald's decides he wants to eat a burrito. So he started eating my burrito. All right, and here we go. All right, the games are starting. We're going to do it, but we're going to turn it off after this. So we got New China, $4, 0.7 miles. Now you might say, well, it's $4 a mile. It is, but that's crap, man. We need better than that. I mean, it'll be a quick pickup. I'd rather be doing this than $4 for 12 miles, certainly. And then have to consider doing a complimentary cancel. Get out of it. And here we go. New China, another one. Now the shit starts. But here's the good news on this one. Where the hell is this going? That's weird. It's plus 750 on this one for 6.4 miles. So it's going to be 1150, and it's from the same restaurant. So they're going to have me drop off, but it's going in the direction of my house. So I got kind of what I wished for. Not the most ideal order payout wise, but it is what it is. I think it looks like I'm going to a factory up there. I think it's Quad Graphics I'm going to. I don't know. We'll see. And if that's the case, that's always fun, because then you got to wait for the person outside, or if you go to their break area, it can sometimes get to a lengthy wait. But we're going to think positive that's not going to happen. But what I am going to tell you, we are going to do, this will be our final order of the night. We will go ahead and Well, hold on. Because guess what? I just realized I'm 2 orders away from doing 20 today. So maybe I could sell myself on the idea of doing 2 more. And that's kind of where I'll cut it off at 20. It's already 911. But then I run the risk of getting close to 200, and then I want to stay out for that. See, it just never stops. You got to just drag yourself out, where you're going to stay out, justifying you're staying for X or for Y, and this. I think we're going to go with the instinct of quitting. So here we are. All right. And let's see here. So take that anymore. All right. So let's see what we got. We got 3 items on this order. Oh, we got a great name here. I'll say the name on this one. Food D. So not even a real name. Great job, DoorDash. I'm sure you verified that customer. Oh, we're going to the Rust-Oleum plant. So I told you. And so hand it to me. Both of these are small orders. I anticipate them being ready. Let's just get it done. We'll collect our $11.50 and then call it. So we're going about 7.1 miles. I didn't take a screenshot of the second order, so it is what it is. All right, let's see here. 6:45. First order came in at 9:09. So we waited 4 minutes on an order for that one. And then it's arrived at the store right now. Yep. 9:41 is one more time. This is supposed to be delivered by 9:41. Well, that should be fun going out to the Rust-Oleum plant. All right. Well, anyways, let the fun begin, guys. I'll see you guys in a minute. I'm going to run in here and see if this thing is ready. I hope it is. And we'll go from there. Well, guys, this is a mess of an order in every shape of the way. So, apparently, I don't know, he claimed, he's like, I tried to call you. I was like, you didn't try to call me. He said, it's going to be like 20 minutes before this order is ready. So, I'm just like, whatever, man. I'm going to get out of the order and cancel it. And I just, and the one that was going towards my house, so this is it. I'm going to end up just being done with it all. So I went ahead and just decided, you know what? This is it. This is all I need to hear. We're ending the dash. We're getting rid of this. We're getting done with it. I'm not messing with this crap. This is ridiculous. So, I don't know what was going on or what they got going on in there, but it's just like, are you kidding me right now? So, you know, at least it counts. I mean, at least it counted as 2 accepts. So, it moved us along to needing 82 instead of 84. We're not going to get paid for it. He said something about, I don't even know. I guess there must have been another driver involved. But I'm like, you didn't call me. I was on another order until a few minutes ago. So you didn't call me 20 minutes ago. You must be calling another driver or whatever. I didn't even think the restaurants could call the driver. Possibly they could. I mean, it is what it is. I don't know. So who knows what was going on. But that order, one of the orders, he said was ready. And one of the orders is going to be like 20 minutes. I have no idea. I mean, it's not even a complicated order. Makes no sense. But it is what it is. That's what that's what he told me. So, whatever. So, we're going to go ahead, like I said, and I don't have the final numbers yet because we're driving. I'm not going to go over them. But 140H for the day. So, not bad. Not great. Not bad for what we did. We didn't get started till a little after 12, and then we took a little midday break. I think we took a midday break around 4 o'clock. Me and my sons got home, rested, relaxed, and then came back and got started again about 6. So we've been going for about 3 hours, and we made about $77. So the nighttime session was great. The daytime session was horrible. So it's like gotta cut the difference between the two. So, anyways, the important part is what miles did we drive? Let's go in and take a look at that. We drove 111 miles at $1.34 a mile. Much, much better miles to money than yesterday's debacle. Well, it wasn't an earnings debacle. We made over $200, but we drove at about $1. I think it was about $1.07 or $1.08. So this is much more typical. And of course, today we didn't touch any spark or anything like that. Now let me see what spark we have. If you know, spark's got it going on. I've had it on, but nothing jumped off the page. That was incredible. Spark, a lot of times for me, it's the incentives that make it worth it. But I like doing their shops and or doing a pickup. And normally what I'll do is, as I mentioned this previously, I'll try to bulk up the Spark order by getting, say, a $15, $20, $25 pickup, and I might have 20 minutes before the pickup, and I'll go to that Walmart area, turn on the DoorDash app, Uber app, Grubhub app, and I'll turn down orders, of course, that are going a long distance that don't make sense around that Spark order, and I'll be willing to do a $4 or $5 order in that instance, going a mile, because it'll be bulking up that Spark app for that hour. And if I can earn 10, 15 more dollars on top of already the 15, 20, 25 that I'm earning, you can get easily build a $25 to $30 app or hour, and then just do rinse, repeat, and you can easily earn in 6 hours $200, doing that. And then some days Spark goes silent. Some days it's tougher to get good orders to build around. But that's what got me working deeply into this market, because I liked being in a position to I liked being able to work the Walmarts much better than, say, the Hagerstown market. All right, I'm gonna turn you guys around. Let's see outside the car while we drive to where we can talk. right, guys. So I apologize for the silence there. I was just trying to work out if I was going to do any more dashing now that I'm up at my end of town. I turned it on for a minute. I turned it off. I turned it back on, and I saw Dairy Queen was the hot spot, and I said off because people will do ridiculous shit like get a blizzard 12 miles away, and I was like, you know what? No, not doing that. Not tonight. So 148 is where we're at. It's, I think, appropriate to end it. I should have. I ended up losing 1 point on my completion rate because of that order. So that's disappointing because I was at 100% completion rate. So it is what it is. I'll complete 100 orders. You get it back up to 100%. I'm not really worried about it. I mean, in that instance, whatever the hell was going on in that store, I have no idea. Now, I tell you, I don't have any problems like that on Earn by Time. I don't know why, but it just seems like Earn by Time is dealing with the different stores. So because you're doing a lot of short runs on Earn by Offer, like they were setting me up with the $4 0.7 miles, and they were getting me to run out to the factory and looping it together. Whereas with Earn by Time, they don't want me sitting somewhere like that at the factory waiting on a customer. They want me to be able to get in and out. It's low tips, it's longer runs, it's more driving. It would be more like taking 2 blizzards and driving all the way across town and then going and picking up a pizza and driving all the way back up, and they're willing to pay me the $13.25 an hour plus the tips, however small they are. And I make about 18, like I said, I made yesterday, I think it was about $18 an hour for the day doing that. Not great, not fantastic, but it was just like, or I made, actually, I guess at the end of the day, yeah, I guess it was about 18 an hour by the end of the day. But it was like, at the end of the day, you're just, I don't know, it's a different feeling than how I feel when I'm doing Earn by Offer. However, you get the ability to get that bang for your buck like I got, where I got the $33 payout, which was really nice and helped with the miles to money. Although I just drove all those miles back up here without an order in the car. I would have preferred to have had an order in the car. So I don't know. You know, each one has its own. I feel like, believe it or not, Earn by Time is a lot less stress. It's just the only thing you might feel is you might get a little fatigued driving around, and you might feel a little stressed when you see these non-paying offers, and you realize, you know, again, Earn by Time, the whole method is, if you're willing to go out and drive, you want to make $200, you're going to drive for 12 hours. I mean, that's what it seems like. You know, you're not going to get large order programs very much. You're certainly not going to get the $30 tips on that program. Although I did one night get an actual catering order for a factory. So I'm pulling in. I think we're going to pull over here, and I'll go over my numbers for the day, and then we will call it. And then I will figure out how I'm going to feed myself today. All right, this is a nice street light, be nicely illuminated. And we'll go over our figures for the day. Oh, shit. Well, that was not good. All right, here we go. Holy cow. Popped you right on out of the hole. All right. So, with that said, let's go over the numbers. Let's finalize this thing. Let's call it, and we're going to call it the day, and then go from there. All right. So, here we are. First thing I got to do is get my day divided up appropriately. So let's All right, so guys, so in comparison to yesterday, we worked 7.7 hours today. Now, some of that obviously wasn't on camera. All right, and you see this is where all the stats are, right? So, um, 13 total dashes. Now there were some stacks in there, so we did. Let's see here, how many stacks did we do? We did. What we gotta add? Popeyes on there. So we did stack, stack, stack. So we did 16 total orders today. We had the 2 cancels, so we got 18 in, hence we need 82 to go. Now, we ended up making 148.59 for the day. Average order size of 11.43. It's kind of interesting because my average order size yesterday was like $12 on the earn by time side. So you're getting a little bit larger orders size. Average delivery value. Now, again, this has been incredibly low on both sides of the spectrum because I haven't had the other apps in there. So this just tells you DoorDash's side of things. 23.04 for the entire day. Now, 19.30 an hour. So about $1.30 higher today than earned by time yesterday, which came in at, let me just double check that. I want to give you guys the real here. So yesterday, maybe it was lower. No, sorry. Actually, no. Earned by time yesterday was actually even worse. It was 16.30. So about $3 higher on earned by offer today. Although we worked, as I mentioned, 12.37 hours yesterday to see that. And we were at 21.37 delivery value. So, and we worked, this was yesterday, we worked 76% of the time versus today on earn by offer, we worked 84% of the time. So that's pretty wild. We worked more on earn by offer than we did on time, but we made $19.30 an hour and $23 an hour. Now, normally what I would be seeing is I would fall somewhere, I've fallen somewhere in there, but I would see higher delivery time and less work time. In the past, I've always been around maybe 40, 50, I've been as low as 40 or 50% sometimes on some days because I'm waiting longer, I'm declining more. I'm waiting for the nice big shop to come on Instacart or Spark, or like I said, I'll grab a nice $15, $20, $30 Spark order and then we'll run a little bit. And then there might be on that final Spark order, I'll work my way back up to the Walmart and I might be waiting a little while. And my goal that day is to come back up to the Walmart with a Spark order before I start working the food apps. That's how I protect my acceptance rate on those apps. And then I just work little small stuff in my perimeter, and normally I could find something to take as long as it's not driving me far away from the Walmart I need to be at whatever time. Big battle is the on time on Spark, which is going in and out of from green to orange, green to orange. But miles to money, $1.34 today. Yesterday, miles to money, $1.03. Okay, so big difference there. Offered miles to money today, $1.76. Yesterday, earned by time, offered miles to money, and this is basically based on the miles offered to me, and then the amounts that ended up ultimately being paid out was $1.41. So, obviously, we lost about 40 cents today. It'll tell me I have the number, 42 cents per mile driven on dead miles, whereas yesterday we lost 38 cents. So almost very close in the runoff there. Now, average wait for an order yesterday was 9 minutes. I thought it was 7, but it was 9. It must have went up. I checked this throughout the day. Average wait for an order today was 6 minutes. So we were more busy on earn by offer today, accepting every single earn by offer than we were on earn by time. It took them a little longer to send us orders because I guess they were wanting to find orders that qualified for the program. So some interesting figures to look at. Now, again, the biggest story obviously is we have 82 more orders to go before we hit 100%. And now we've got 100 more orders before we're 100, which is where I want to play at for a little bit and see how it goes. But anyways, the journey continues. It's going to be a journey, but we're still making money. We're still making money. Today, we ended up with an expense ratio of amount. Basically, we took home 68.62% of what we made. So we had to give $28.34 to taxes, $11.10 to our car maintenance fund, and $7.19 to actual gas cost, for a total made of $101.96. So yesterday on Earn by Offer, we were able to retain 70.81%. So we had a 2% better expense ratio on Earn by Time, operating at $1.02 a mile. We only gave $27.34 for taxes because of all the miles we drove, $19.60 to the car maintenance fund, and actual gas cost was $11.91. So it's a warring of the 2 days. Interesting numbers when you're looking at it. When you're considering the differences there, but it is what it is. So that's where we stand, guys. Journey to 100%. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep doing it, and then we're going to see if we can really maximize our earnings once we get there. If we get there, because if we have some more mess ups, there is going to be a point where I'm going to have to say to myself, okay, maybe we just have to go to phase 2 from here. Well, I'm only going to do this so much because I am driving a lot more miles than I normally drive. And that's concerning to me because it's going to require me more expenses. So, but we're going to do it for a little while longer. So, I appreciate everybody that watched. I'll see you tomorrow. I'm going to be filming tomorrow. I should be able to film more tomorrow, maybe the entire day. Let me go into chat here and say hi to people. It says Valerman from Russia. You're probably not there anymore. Appreciate Siler Sanders giving me a little extra tip there, $4.99. And then we have Gary Coop messing around. What are you doing? Drugs? Yeah, he a drug runner. Yep, that's exactly right. As I already addressed that. So, anyways, I appreciate everybody, guys. Hit that like button on the way out. All 3 of you that are in there, and hopefully I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. And we'll be up for the whole day. Until then, guys. If you're out dashing, stay safe. Don't try what I'm trying, right? Watch what I'm doing. Experience what I'm doing through me. Take from it. Figure out what you want to take from it to apply to your everyday. But you don't necessarily need to do this. If I had a really high gas mileage vehicle, I would not even think about doing something like this. I still stand by today. As you can see the numbers. These numbers are not jumping off the page sitting at 95%. I'm achieving what I normally have achieved, but it's at a greater cost to me in terms of more miles so far. It's what I'm finding out. But we're going to keep grinding. I think tomorrow we're going to go back. I've already decided. Tomorrow we're going back to Earn by Time. And we're going to do an entire day of Earn by Time, see where that goes, and then we may go the next day and go back to Earn by Offer. But I really didn't like Earn by Offer today. Even though I got my large order program, I want to see if I can make them pop on Earn by Time. We're going to do the next 82 orders are going to be Earn by Time. I think that's the best way for me to work doing this. It's easier to do. It's just, if I'm going to do this like this, I'd rather just do that and know that when I'm dealing with the BS and the crap and the garbage and the restaurants I don't want to deal with, at least I know I'm getting something as I'm standing there watching them do what they do and the chaos ensues. Anyways, with that said, guys, stay rational. I'll talk to you soon.